Feds leak shocking evidence from Pop Smoke's case.
A little Pop Smoke impersonation. Not ready to do it yet. I don't have to warm up.
Who doesn't do it?
Everybody does it. Is it annoying?
We've been following Pop Smoke's murder case closely since the day news broke of his tragic death. After misleading clues and phony witness testimonies, hopes of bringing justice to Pop Smoke's killer seemed all but lost. However, new evidence released from the case seems to shine a new light, possibly leading to the arrest of those responsible for Pop Smoke. Thanks for joining us here on Lime Report. Today, we'll be digging into every new lead uncovered in Pop Smoke's murder investigation and what it means for the late star's family. Remember to hit that like button, subscribe to us, and comment keywords Pop Smoke for a chance to win our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway. Make sure to keep watching as we reveal the latest developments in Pop Smoke's case. Many of us are aware of Pop Smoke's gang ties back home, yet it seems some still don't know just how much that fact had to do with his untimely demise. At first glance, all of the evidence leading up to Pop Smoke's death seemed like a botched robbery job, which is exactly what law enforcement officials had assumed at the beginning of their investigation, and probably what the intruders wanted police to think. Official reports from the investigation made note that there were some items taken from the home, but nothing of major value. New evidence contradicts the robbery theory, and as we dive deeper into today's story, you'll start to understand why. Don't go anywhere as we drop the newest leaked info on Pop Smoke's case. Pop Smoke's "woo" catchphrase caught on like fire during his intense run in the music industry, with his friends and fans shouting the saying during his funeral procession. But that word means so much more than just a simple saying to those involved. Woo is actually a loose alliance between a bunch of different gang sets, most of which are Bloods and Crips. Their enemies, the Cho, also consist of many different gang sets as well, the two strongest being the GD and Folks. While everything was peaceful among the two factions at first, the sides began to accuse each other of snitching and other wrongdoings, which then led to the bloodshed between them. As time went on, the two factions began to actively wage war against one another, driving the wedge further between Wu and Cho. This became the breeding ground for the unfortunate events leading to Pop Smoke's death. This next part is crucial to the story. Pop Smoke had experienced the rivalry firsthand at a young age in an accident that would shape his career to some degree. Back when he was 13 years old, a viral video emerged when three rival gang members humiliated the young Pop Smoke. Pop Smoke was seen in the video minding his business when he was stopped by three young men led by Kamini Gray, known as Kiki, who asked him what set he was part of. Pop Smoke identified himself as a Crip, and that's when things got a little tense. Pop thought the boys were Crips as well. Kiki bust out laughing and mocked Pop. When Pop Smoke pulled out hit crates as proof of his ties, the three rivals became upset and snatched his necklace from his hands, stomping on it before allowing Pop to pick it up. After that, the three began to slap and mock Pop Smoke. The video became a source of frustration for Pop in the years following, with many ridiculing him for being punked by opposition. This event is when Pop Smoke's personal distaste for the Cho faction began. After the video, Pop Smoke and Kiki's camp had many run-ins with each other that usually broke out into fights. Months after the incident, Kimani Gray was shot and killed by police. However, that didn't stop Pop Smoke from later releasing the diss track Flexin', mentioning the deceased Kiki by name and blatantly stating his hatred for the Kiki as well as the Bleaky group. The song was released years after the incident, proving that Pop Smoke carried the scar with him even after his career began to take off. A few lines in the track even take shots at Kiki's brother, Shawnee Birkin, explicitly stating, "Bleep Kiki, tell Shawnee he can suck a bleep. Bleeps only respect you because of your brother." With that being said, it's no surprise that his enemies held a grudge as well. To add fuel to the fire, Pop Smoke made sure to let it be known that he still had a grudge. In a video that surfaced last year, Pop Smoke found one of the men that humiliated him at a local deli. Seeing it as a chance to enact revenge, Pop Smoke and his group decided to jump the man and pull him out of the deli to beat him. 7 years after the original dispute between the two camps, and Pop Smoke still managed to find a way to take revenge. At this point, you may be asking yourself, why is this important? Well, hang on as we explain how all this ties to Pop Smoke's death up next. The rivalry between Pop Smoke and Kamiri Gray was a very complicated one, especially since it only helped to fuel the slowly brewing gang war between Wu and Cho. Despite the untimely death of Kamani Gray at the hands of police officers, Pop Smoke let his hatred for the other side be known. Acts of disrespect are not taken lightly when it comes to the world of street gangs, and we believe that the feud between Pop Smoke and Kamani Gray families is what ultimately led to the fall of Pop Smoke. Here's how this all ties in. Pop Smoke, being the most well-known Wu rapper after his commercial breakout, instantly became a big target for the Chos, and so taking him down would be counted as a big win for the group. With his beef against the late Kiki and Shawnee still going, many members of the Cho faction felt resentment toward Pop Smoke. Therefore, when he accidentally leaked his address online, his enemies took notice and began to put their sinister plan into motion. The first step was to confirm the information. In Pop Smoke's murder investigation, they took a look at the possibility that Pop Smoke's death was not caused by a robbery gone wrong, but instead a targeted hit. That theory made sense due to the fact that Pop Smoke was a known member of the Crips. However, when they took a look at evidence, nothing stood out to them indicating the murder was gang-related. We believe that's only because authorities were looking at the wrong angle. According to our sources, the lead detectives only looked to see if some rival gang members followed Pop Smoke from Brooklyn to carry out the hit, and found nothing. As we all know, gangs can be found nationwide, and so while that theory made sense, they found no evidence to support it. That's because we believe Pop Smoke had enemies already lying in wait in California. Think about it, Pop Smoke is not the first New York artist to come out of the West Coast to launch his career, and certainly won't be the last. With that in mind, let's take a look at the evidence that suggests his attackers were in fact rival gang members lying in wait. Pop Smoke and his brother Mike D unfortunately both leaked his address on social media on February 18th. That same day, an unidentified young man was seen posing in front of Pop Smoke's Hollywood Hills home. After some digging, we here at Lime Report found the picture the man in question took. And while we don't know who he is yet, his connection to Pop Smoke's death is as clear as day to us. The caption supporting the photo says, "Folkenham, that Eddie look familiar?" They get first. The caption may not mean much until you realize that Folk is a gang that is allied with Cho. The picture was used in a way to alert Cho members that Pop Smoke's address had been confirmed. With this, the stage was set for any sort of retaliation against Pop. We don't know who the man in the picture is, but we're sure that his connection to Kiki's camp and Pop Smoke's death are real. About a week ago, Kamani's brother, Shawnee, dropped some interesting thoughts on social media in regards to Pop Smoke's death. That bleep got you powed forever. Kiki, your name at rest now. Seeming to indicate his joy in Pop Smoke's death. It doesn't incriminate Shawnee, but it is quite suspicious for him to celebrate Pop Smoke's death so openly. The hate he felt toward Pop Smoke could have set off a domino effect leading to the young rapper's death. Another New York native, Breezy Blicky, hit Instagram stories just hours after Pop Smoke's death to celebrate the news. The story mostly consisted of photos of Breezy poking fun at Pop's death, as well as promoting a song he just released. However, one post read shockingly, "Stupid bleep." One of many of Breezy's fans felt like he was snitching on himself or possibly someone connected to his camp in California. Some even fear a retaliation may be in the works. This brings us to 22GZ. The General Blicky is the leader of the Blickies. Unlike some of the other people who had beef with Pop Smoke, 22GZ took a more diplomatic approach. Here's what he had to say. "All beef aside, I feel sorry for Boy. This type of stuff is the reason why I move who I move with and move the way we move. Becoming another casualty isn't that planned for any of us. Sleep in peace to homie. May his family find peace in all of his madness." The tweet read as a goodbye to the fallen enemy, yet some believe that 22 had an ulterior motive in sending that tweet out. Seeing how Breezy had made himself a potential target of Pop's boys, it may have been 22's attempt at saying Breezy from any danger. We don't know exactly who is responsible for Pop Smoke's death just yet, but it feels as though law enforcement will have their hands full with this one. While their leads have led them to chase New York gang members' flight itineraries, what we have seen so far suggests the connection runs in Cali rather than across the country yet. Pop Smoke was an aggressive drill rapper from Brooklyn, but his life before that was more complicated than what we can never know. What we do know is that he had a few enemies that relished in his death. It wouldn't be surprising if those enemies had ties in the very city Pop was staying in on the West Coast. There may have been motive enough for someone in the shadow to orchestrate the vengeful hit on Pop Smoke. Whether the leads can ever be pursued is another matter on its own. That's it for us today on Lime Report, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us. We hope you liked this video and would love to hear what you think in the comment section below. Will law enforcement be able to solve the Pop Smoke murder case? Will we ever know who pulled the trigger? Or will Pop Smoke's legacy end without the truth being revealed, as so many legendary artists before him? Please remember to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and comment keywords Pop Smoke for a chance to win our $100 Amazon gift card giveaway.